It's that boy Texas Yankee, you know what I'm saying? And today we're back checking out another video from Basket News. We just looked at why more NBA players should go the EuroLeague route, whether they're declining or just borderline fringe players trying to get into the league. And that really showed me that I need to check out some more EuroLeague content. You know, we've watched a little bit of it on the channel so far, and I just don't really know too much about the players or the teams. So this is going to be an advanced breakdown of the top 10 EuroLeague players from Basket News. So shout out to them. Go check them out. So leave a like, comment, subscribe real quick, man. I'm just really excited to learn more about EuroLeague, basically knowing nothing about it. So let's get into it.
EuroLeague's regular season has finished, which means it's time to give out awards and pick the strong.
And yeah, I really don't know any players, like maybe a couple, but besides that guy we watched the other day who's on the Kings now, and like I can't even remember his name necessarily.
Strongest in different categories. So who were the best of the best?
And that's not
In
me.
this
You know what I
video,
mean? I know Nikola Mirotic, but
you will see the top 10 EuroLeague players of this
this
season.
is from a year ago, so it might be a little bit different now. But that's what I can find. So.
Of course,
I just really like the way the game is played.
the
over there
list
as
is
well.
a subjective one,
Reminds
like
me of
all the
college ball
rankings
here
and
a
debates
lot.
you see on social media. But let's make it clear
So
what
our
was taken
players,
into consideration
like
in
that.
deciding who
There's
makes
less
the
games
cut.
played as well. They each have more significance.
Players from banned teams weren't considered. Also,
Banned
they must
teams?
have played in at least 20 games, so that's why, for example, there is no chance of seeing Corey Higgins here. Apart from the simplest basketball stats that you see on a regular basis, we looked at their net ratings and
Okay.
how their team did
Some
with
advanced
and without
stats.
them on the court, how much points they scored and created, how efficiently they shot the basketball by looking at their true shooting percentage, and their win share rate, which describes for how many team wins they were directly
I like that.
responsible.
The defense might be a little.
Last, we looked and considered their capabilities to be the
Okay.
difference
I was
makers
gonna
on the
say,
court at any given situation,
Stats don't always
whether
reflect.
that meant creating and making their own shots or changing the game scores through outstanding defense.
Yeah.
The number 10 spot goes to none other than Kyle Hines.
See, someone averaging 8,
And
6,
the
and an
defense.
assist is crazy.
The number
Put
10
top 10 to me. 8, 5, and 2.
Spot goes to none other than Kyle Hines.
But I'm
Olympia
assuming he's
Milano
gonna break
big
it
man
down
is
more.
still the man to beat in the middle and deserves this spot not for his individual stats but for the
Yeah.
overall influence on the game.
Okay.
Besides from the best net rating on a top 4 team, American is like an insurance policy on defense. Even at 35 years old, he is still a nightmare for opposing guards on perimeter, never misses a rotation, and gets the right read offensively every
Okay.
time. Sometimes he takes the pressure
Big,
off the
yeah, I was gonna say it was big
guards by
defensive
bringing
guy.
the ball up the court and initiating the offense too. On a roster full of stars, Hines might be the least flashy, but arguably with the most overall influence.
Delaney snaps a pass to Kyle Hines, who rises in traffic to finish.
He's on the Milan team. Okay. That's pretty cool. No, I was also, I guess, curious because the game is played a little bit differently as to how, like, the positions, are they similar to how we have them here, or are they utilized differently? Is the play style a little different?
Number 9, Gershon Yabusele.
Okay.
Real's last
Yabusele.
summer addition successfully integrated in the team and since has become one of the best power forwards in the continent. Offensively,
Power forward.
he fits perfectly in Lasso's system where he can show off the variety of his
He's
skills.
for Madrid.
In transition, he can run. In the post, he can use his elite body and strength where he is stronger
Looks pretty
than
big.
most people in all EuroLeague. When off the ball,
Yeah.
he spaces the court perfectly as he
Looks
sits
strong.
at an extremely solid 40% rate from behind
Okay.
the arc. Madrid
Okay.
lacked stable guards play throughout the year, and Yabusele's offensive power helped to diminish the problem.
But Yabusele's gonna destroy it.
So he's a force.
Yabusele!
I feel like I've heard that name before, too.
Moving on to number 8, we find Siobhan Shields. The
Okay.
American forward would be higher on this list if not for the injury that interrupted Shields' season for good 3 months. Wing is such a valuable piece in Milano's puzzle since he can score from all 3 levels, whether that's a post-up around the rim, a mid-range after the closeout situation, or a catch-and-shoot three-pointer. Defensively, he often has an important
Game
task in
definitely looks a
Messina's
little
system,
more
guarding the opponent's best perimeter player.
congested, I would
Siobhan's
say.
superb quickness
I think
allows
the
him to
court's a
stay in
little
front,
smaller.
and size plus strong body doesn't give such a huge mismatch down low for other team whenever Olympia switches on all screens.
That's good. Capable defender being from that
Shield's
position.
solid overall numbers and big
multiple
influence to the
positions.
team's success guarantees him a spot in the top 10 and makes him a viable option for a transfer to the NBA too.
He'll switch
Yeah.
now with walk-up Shields with a deep three.
Okay.
Oh, Siobhan Shields.
So what are the scores usually like in this league? Because I know defensive 3-second is like allowed, right? So you can kind of get more rim
That
protection.
one's
It's
from
probably
Bologna.
in the
Number 7,
game's a little
Kostas Lukas. One of
shorter.
the smartest playmakers in all continent, pushed Olympiacos to a second place finish in the regular season and was responsible for 23 of his team's points each game,
Dang.
the most in Red-White's club. Sluka's dangerousness from anywhere on the court created
slippery.
many advantage situations for Olympiacos,
Yeah. So he's a
and
good
with their
playmaker.
unselfish style of play, it resulted in easy baskets for everyone else. Moreover, Costas hit daggers more than once in late game situations this year, clutching the wins against Žalgiris, Fenerbahce,
These are tough
and
baskets.
in the most stunning fashion against the reigning champions Anadolu Efes.
Joe McKissick hesitates, gives it back
They're
to
not really
Lucas.
that
Pump
open.
fake, beats the shot clock buzzer,
Dang, game winner too.
and at the death in overtime, Costas Lucas connecting
Awesome.
from downtown to give his team a
That's saying
famous
what are the
victory
final scores usually like 80,
here at the Peace and
70.
Friendship Stadium.
At number 6, we find Sluka's teammate and the receiver of his passes.
Oh, this is the dude I was talking about. That's on the Kings, I think. But anyway, yeah, like 14 points is probably like you compare that in NBA terms. That's not a lot, but like think about it in like college terms. That's a decent amount.
Sasha Vezenkov. He gets the nod over the playmaker because of his highest from all the top 10 28% win share rate, second highest plus 29 net rating, and stunning efficiency while shooting the ball with 68% inside
Damn.
and 39 outside the line. Vezenkov is not someone who creates much for others, but he dominates the game by doing other things extremely well,
So he's like
offering
a great
himself to
role
his
player,
teammates in open spaces by constantly moving on offense with cuts, crashing down the glass with sprints from outside to take offensive rebounds, and knocking down long threes to give that needed space for flowing Olympiacos' offense. Amazing season for Vezenkov.
Yeah, I can see why he'd be a valuable player.
Detrás de los bloqueos de Hassan Martin, Vezenkov desde casa.
Be interesting
Bueno, triplazo.
beside
¡Qué
Keegan Murray
triplazo
for
de
the Kings.
Vezenkov!
Another big shooting, well, able to shoot forward, and I think they'll probably utilize him maybe similarly to how they used Keegan Murray last year, but I don't know. It's kind of like they said he doesn't create too much for the rest of the team, so is that going to cause issues in the flow of the offense? I would doubt. I think he'd still be capable.
Number
of passing,
5,
but
Shane Larkin.
I know about Larkin.
Yes, the performance of the reigning champions in the regular season didn't go as smoothly as one may have planned, but Larkin continues to dominate the EuroLeague for the 5th season in the row. Offensively, there are only 2 players in the league that are responsible for more points than Larkin. Guard's acceleration is second to no one in all EuroLeague and gives Shane an advantage against any opponent.
Yeah.
American has a fancy layup package to finish off the drives and is lethal off the dribble, making him one of the hardest players to guard in all Europe.
3-pointer. Oh, that's a tough
So I get the
one
kind of
from
players. One of
Shane
those
Larkin.
shifty
At 4th,
guards.
we find a complete opposite to Larkin, Walter Tavares. Madrid's giant isn't anywhere near to being responsible for almost 30 points on offense. Usually, you can't measure center's influence with numbers.
Yeah.
When he's on the court, teams are obligated to change their game plans. They have to think not only how to stop him around the rim on post-ups, putbacks, and on pick and rolls, but even more how to move him out of the area from protecting the paint. He is just behind
That dude is huge, bro. What the fuck?
Vezenkov in win share rate at 25% and has the highest and jaw-dropping plus 36 net rating. This is mostly thanks to his insane defensive numbers, where Madrid allows only 91
how many shots does he block a game?
points per 100
His
possessions
arms
with
are
him on the
fucking
court, and you can perfectly see
So
why.
long, dude.
So the Cascas goes at Tavares, and Tavares recovers.
At 3, we find the most dangerous
That's great.
isolation
Mike
player in
James.
all EuroLeague, Mike James. The Monaco star has a unique ability to create separation easily, switch the
What the hell was that?
toughest shots, and make it all look like so natural and so effortless. Coaching change played a
He's
big
an ISO
role
player.
in Monaco's season, and as soon as Sasha Obradovic gave James the keys and complete control of the team, they started winning. 74% win rate is close to the
It
one
looks like Fred VanVleet,
first
honestly.
place Barcelona has. James could easily be number 1 on this list, as he is responsible for the most points created in all EuroLeague, but he was much less efficient in shooting the basketball than the first 2, and we all know that defensively, he can sometimes be a weaker link.
I mean,
Nice job by
he
yourself.
looks-
Getting it to him, and look at this. James looking for the foul from half court.
Reigning MVP
I was gonna say, why
Vasilij
did he shoot
Micic
that?
occupies the number 2 spot.
Vasilij.
We all thought he was going to leave us after the perfect season last year, but the move to the NBA didn't happen, and we got to witness another individually dominating season from the playmaker. The main engine of Anadolu Efes offense is scoring even more points in
He's a main
2022,
playmaker. Is he a guard, though, or is he like a playmaking forward? That'd be interesting to see.
but has done it with less efficiency. Still, Micic is a master of the pick and roll, where the combination of size, speed, and change of a direction allows him to find the smallest gaps of getting inside the paint,
Other tough
where
take.
he can serve up others
Like a
or finish
guard,
by
maybe.
himself. He wasn't that consistent from behind the arc this year, but he's someone who can on any given night knock down 6 or 7 3-pointers and win the game
6 or 7. Okay, chill.
alone. Let's see if that will be enough to bring Efes to the Final Four again.
Larkin has to recognize that. Micic from the sideline logo strings it.
And
Damn.
finally, the best player of the regular season, Nikola Mirotic. Barca is not a one-man show, so Mirotic is not responsible for as many points as James or Micic, but his other stats are way superior. Forward recovered after a poor performance in last year's playoffs and looked way more comfortable playing against contact this season while continuing the usual
Only 5 rebounds. It's kind of
stuff.
interesting.
Hardly stoppable post-up game with a variety of different shots where
Yeah.
no one can reach his release point, do something about his footwork, or avoid fouling. Stunning shooting from
He's just
deep,
too
where he was
skilled, I
at
guess.
47% this year, and a
Yeah.
solid defensive performance overall. Mirotic lost the MVP last year only because of his performance in the playoffs, and it will be
He choked in the playoffs, though.
interesting to see
the
if he
Yankees?
has improved from these mistakes. For his performance in the regular season, he is undoubtedly the best player in the EuroLeague. Do you agree? Let me know your top 10 players
don't
in the
know.
comment
I
section
don't
down
watch it too
below.
much yet, so.
Let's discuss it there, and I'll see you in the next video.
Finds Mirotic. Mirotic drives. Mirotic still goes. Mirotic
Okay.
gets the ball away. And Mirotic has won it on the buzzer.
Hey, man. Yeah, that was eye-opening. I really didn't know about a lot of those players. So I had heard of like Mike James and Mirotic and Beznikov. So I'm probably saying his name wrong. Sorry about that. But yeah, man. Thanks for checking in. If you're still here, appreciate it. I'm gonna see y'all next time. Let's go ahead and get out of here because it's been your boy Texas Yankee. Leave a like, comment, subscribe.